Hello, hello. Welcome to the Jubilife Pokemon Shelter, where we find homes for lost or abandoned Pokemon. How can I help you? Not sure what you're looking for? That's totally okay. We actually can look through the shelter's records, through all of the Pokemon we are currently taking care of to see if any of those fit your fancy, okay? Sound good? Alrighty, let's go ahead and get started. So we essentially keep a log of all of the critters that we're taking care of. Anytime a Pokemon comes in or finds a home, we update it. So let's start with the birds. Let's see. So for our birds, there is Ember the fletchling. There is Squeaks the Pidgey, Ivy the Rowlet. Not really feeling birds. That's okay. We have some dogs. There is, let's see, there is Croissant the Fido, Fuskins the Furfro. Okay, so you like the idea of a dog, but you don't want a dog, maybe more of like a mix between a dog and a cat? I think we have something for you. Give me 1 second. Let's see. What was it? Page. 351. So you are in luck. We actually just brought in a batch of Eeveelutions. One of our co-workers found them in the city, brought them in, and we have since cleaned them up, treated them, made sure that they are ready to find a home with someone coming into the shelter looking for a new friend companion. Would you want to try out looking at one of those guys? Fantastic. Alrighty. It will take me about 15-20 minutes to get them all ready for you. I do need to bring them out of their kennels and make sure that they are ready to meet new people. So if you could just wait over there in one of those chairs, I can get them ready for you, okay? Alrighty, wait 1 second, okay? I'll be right with you. Okay, are you ready to explore your options with me? Great, let's get started. So our first one is actually not quite ready to find a home yet. She is very young, at about 2 months old, so she's not ready to find a home just yet. But if you come back in at the least 3 weeks, and at the most, I want to say around 2 months, she will be ready. But our first one here, she doesn't have a name, but a lot of the shelter workers have been calling her Lulu. We don't know too much about her yet, but what we have seen from her is that she has a very sweet personality, a very good temperament. She does get excited really easily, but that does come with her age. That's really all we know about her. Generally with Eevees, they are pretty easy to take care of. They are also very expressive in their needs. So whenever they're hungry, they'll let you know. Whenever they need sleep, they'll let you know. They are pretty easy to take care of, but this one is not quite ready yet to go to a new home. We will have to keep her at the shelter for at least like 2 or 3 more weeks. But if you are thinking about getting an Eevee, she will be ready for you in that amount of time. That is our first friend here. If you want to consider her, we do have 8 other options if you want to take a look at them. Fantastic. Alrighty. I will be moving this one back to her kennel and I'll get the next one out, okay? Okay, come on out, sweetheart. He's a little bit shy, but here is our second option, Mars the Flareon. He is about 21 months old and trained to go to the bathroom outside. Most of them are, apart from our youngest, Eevee. So let me get my documents out here so we can go over his needs and everything like that. Let's see. So what is going to be very special about Flareons like Mars is that he is essentially a walking, living heater. So if you enjoy warm hugs, he would be perfect for that. Just imagine cozying up on a cold night and Mars wrapping his warm body, fur, and tail around you like a warm blanket. He's very soft too. Flareons actually have some of the thickest fur out of all of the eeveelutions. Something you will need to be careful about, however, is that Flareons tend to run really hot. So while they can release some of their built-up internal heat via their yellow fur here, it is important that you do not take home a Flareon where the inside temperature of where you live is no warmer than 72 degrees. If anything, you should have ice packs at the ready, stored in your freezer and stocked up, especially during the summer, so they can frequently be changed out for Flareon, maybe putting it under their bedding, anything like that. Because of this, Flareons should not be housed with any ice-type Pokemon. Their temperatures just run on completely different spectrums. This is especially if you live in a small place like an apartment where you're not able to provide them with their own rooms and own temperatures. It'll just be too hot or too cold for either of them to really live together. Last thing I do want to bring up is temperament. Like I said earlier, Flareons like Mars tend to be pretty shy around new people. It takes them a while to warm up to strangers, unlike friendlier eeveelutions like Jolteon or Leafeon. However, once you earn the trust of a Flareon, they will be your most loyal companion. So what do you think? You don't have to answer yet, just keep Mars in mind. We still have a couple of other friends to look at and visit with. I'll bring Mars back to his kennel and we can take a look at the next eeveelution, okay? Okay. Now if you're looking for something a little cooler, we have Bubble, our 3-year-old Vaporeon. Oh, look at that. It looks like she already wants to lick your hand. So the temperament of a Vaporeon can vary, but Bubble in particular is very friendly, if a bit sassy. She gets along pretty well with most other animals, but I wouldn't recommend putting her in a home with smaller creatures like Joltik or Alcremie. Poison-type Pokemon also aren't the best choice either, as water-type Pokemon like Bubble tend to be very anxious around them. She will do fine around grass Pokemon as long as they're trained. You'll also notice the size difference between Bubble and Mars. Vaporeons actually tend to be one of the larger and heavier eeveelutions. So if you prefer a bit of a larger animal and you want to stick with the Eevees, you can consider Bubble. Anyway, one of the most important things to consider about Bubble is her affinity with water. All Vaporeon need to be hydrated consistently throughout the day. Their usual water care consists of taking a bath about 5 times a week. If you have a busy schedule, it can be a little bit trickier. I have heard from other Vaporeon owners that they like to set up some sort of water area that the Pokemon can access at any time. This can be anything like a bath full of water or a large shallow tank. Owners with backyards like to set up a kiddie pool or pond, and they leave their Vaporeon outside until they come back from school or work. However, I only recommend this if your fences are sturdy with no gaps, as there have been Vaporeons that tend to leave the space that they are in. They tend to escape. There's been numerous cases of that where they just want to leave for new and exciting areas. Vaporeons do tend to require more care than the other little guys, but they make for great family pets and super fun swim buddies. That is Bubble. Say one more goodbye to her. Let's move on to the next one. Alright, come on, Bubble. I'm gonna take her back to her kennel. Alrighty, here is our next sweetie. Sombra the Umbreon. He is about 5 years older with a very calm temperament. He will take a while to warm up with any new owner, so this one takes some patience. Because Umbreons evolve from an Eevee having a high friendship, some of us at the shelter suspected that Sombra may have had a very close connection with his previous owners, which is why he is so cautious around people who are interested in adopting him. We suspect he is trying to go back back to that owner, but we don't know where they are or who they are. So we have Umbreon here at the shelter. However, if you have decided that you want to take up the challenge of breaking through Sombra's notably cold exterior, you are more than happy to take on that challenge. Umbreon do have the potential to be very loyal and protective partners. They also make for excellent night guards as well, due to several of their traits, such as their incredible night vision and nocturnal nature. That's not all. The most unique trait about Sombra is that he has the power to power up under the light of the moon. So while he is very sleepy during the day, he is stronger and more aware during the night. He even emits a warm yellow glow, making him the perfect nightlight if you or someone at home is afraid of the dark. All in all, if you are a night owl or find peace in the quiet of night, you will love Umbreon's company. So that is Umbreon. He does tend to be a bit shy, but if you want to bring him into your home, we can always make it happen. Okay? I'll bring Umbreon back to his kennel. On to the next one, okay? Give me 1 second. Alrighty. Next up is Big Bolt, our 4-year-old Jolteon. This species of Pokemon tend to be pretty high energy, and Bolt is no exception. If you are looking for a companion to keep you on your toes, he may be for you. One thing to note about Big Bolt is that because he is an electric type, he really shouldn't be paired with any water type Pokemon. Jolteons can be paired with water-type Pokemon if they were raised and trained together. However, the only water-type Pokemon familiar with Big Bolt is Bubble. So if you wanted to really have another water type with Big Bolt, you could adopt Bubble alongside with him. On the flip side, he loves being around other electric-type Pokemon, along with many other faster, more active Pokemon. This includes dog Pokemon like Stoutland or Rockruff. Regarding temperament, he may not be the cuddliest Pokemon, but he is a lot of fun and great as an exercise buddy. Speaking of exercise, Jolteons like Big Bolt need a lot of space to run and play. They're incredibly fast, so if you don't have a large yard or plenty of space indoors, you'll need to make sure that he gets regular walks or some time at the park to burn off his energy. A fun idea is setting up agility courses. We do have connections with a couple of pet stores that have great recommendations for budget-friendly hoops amongst other obstacles. That's everything for Jolteon. Although one more thing is that because they are so active, high protein diet is very vital. And that's Big Bolt. Any questions? Big Bolt will be here for you if you decide on choosing him, but we're going to move on to the next friend, okay? Now we have our lovely Espeon, Luna. She is about 2 years old, and as you can see, she is already warming up to you. Espeons are known for their elegance and grace, but don't let that fool you. Luna has a playful side too. She loves solving puzzles and playing games, which is also good for her mental stimulation. You'll want to have a couple of things for her to fiddle around with the house whenever you leave for school or work. Not only is she a good playmate, Luna can also read your emotions and sense if you are having a rough day. Because of this, Espeons are one of the more emotionally intelligent eeveelutions, and therefore they are very empathetic. Luna is particularly happy to provide a good snuggle session while curling up to you while you read a book or watch TV. You'll also notice here in her notes that I have right here, she is a diurnal Pokemon because she is an Espeon. Unlike Umbreon, who loves the night, Espeons are more active during the day. Luna does love sunbathing, so I would recommend setting up an area for her by the window, making sure this area is comfortable and easily accessible so she can get all the sunlight she needs. Another great thing about Luna is how low maintenance she is in terms of grooming. If you'll notice, her fur is very short and sleek, so you won't have to worry too much about any constant brushing. A quick comb through once in a while should do the trick, keeping her coat nice and shiny. If you're looking for a Pokemon that's affectionate, intelligent, and full of personality, Luna is your girl. She is the perfect fit for anyone who wants a loyal companion and who will always be by your side, and she'll bring a calm, peaceful energy into your home. And that is all for Luna. Say bye, Luna. Alright, let's go. Now here is Basil, our 15-year-old Leafeon. He is quite sweet, but it seems this guy has already begun to, unfortunately, give up on finding a new home. He has trouble making himself get up from his bed. He may be older, but we're hoping visitors will still give him a chance. Basil loves naps in the sun, whether it's by a window or outside in your garden. Staying in the sunlight for extended periods of time is actually how Leafeons get their energy. They actually get very few of their daily nutrients from pet food like kibble. They don't even really eat any sort of protein like chicken or pork. This is due to their ability to photosynthesize like any other plant. I would recommend keeping it out for an extra calorie boost if the day is ever cloudy or stormy, just so they can get that extra nutrients from the kibble in case they don't have access to that sun. Additionally, this ability to draw energy from the daytime even allows Basil to heal himself from minor aches or injuries. So all in all, he is quite low maintenance. Another unique trait about many Leafeons is that their appearance changes with the seasons, just like the trees outside of your home. This adds a beautiful, dynamic quality of having a Leafeon as a pet. You'll see Basil's colors change as the seasons shift, making him a wonderful companion that brings a bit of natural world into your home. I do hope you consider Leafeon. He will be here for you if you decide to choose him. Okay, on to the next one. Okay, I hope you are ready for our next friend, Snowball. Snowball is a 6-month sweet boy. Yes, he's also trained to go outside. They all are, other than our Eevee. Snowball is a Glaceon, so his ice type makes him an excellent companion for anyone who likes cooler climates or enjoys keeping their home at a lower temperature. According to the Pokedex, Glaceon can lower the temperature of their surroundings pretty easily, just by chilling the air. This means it could also keep your home cool during hot summer months, acting like a natural air conditioner. So imagine being able to cool down with Glaceon by your side, especially if you live in a warmer environment. I do still recommend turning your AC down during hotter days, even with Glaceon's abilities. Overexertion of creating cold air can be tiring for Pokemon like Snowball, especially if he is using that ability all day. Another unique ability about Snowball is that he has Snow Cloak, which raises his evasion during a hailstorm. While your home may not experience any hail, this ability suggests that Glaceon is highly adaptable in cold conditions. So if you enjoy outdoor activities in the winter or live in a snowy area, Glaceon would thrive alongside you, perfectly suited to those frosty environments. I've heard that many pet owners with a Glaceon love to take them on skiing trips. As for care specific to diet, Snowball eats regular kibble. We do recommend fish oil to be added for every other meal to keep him healthy, and this can usually be done via dropper and just dropping it into the kibble. in between meals, Snowball actually really likes to lick ice cubes like treats. This doesn't provide any neutral benefits, he just likes it. As for grooming, being a Glaceon, his icy fur seems to stay perfectly intact without much need for grooming. His main pelt won't need much care on your part, but you'll want to brush his long ears every once in a while since the fur that grows there is a bit longer and much softer. Lastly, the demeanor of a Glaceon is pretty calm and collected, making him ideal for people who enjoy a peaceful, quiet home. Unlike more hyperactive Pokemon like Jolteon, Glaceon won't run around causing chaos. Instead, he'll mind his business in another area of your home, but when Snowball wants love, he will make sure that you know it by wandering close to you and sitting on whatever has your attention until he gets scratches. He especially likes it on his lower back right there. There we go. That feels nice, yeah. That is Glaceon, Snowball the Glaceon, if you want to consider him. He'll be right here in his kennel, okay? Okay, lastly, but certainly not least, is our Sylveon, Faye. Say hi, Faye. Say hi. So that's Faye. She is about 2.5 years old and has the sweetest disposition of all the Eeveelutions. Just look at those eyes. She's already sizing you up as her new best friend. If you're looking for a Pokemon who's affectionate, calm, and absolutely loves cuddles, Faye is definitely the one for you. Sylveon are actually known for their gentle, loving nature, and Faye is no exception. She's incredibly friendly and does great around kids, other Pokemon, and really just about anyone who is willing to give her attention. Sylveon are especially popular as therapy Pokemon because of their calming effect, and a lot of Pokemon owners even like bringing their Sylveon to schools or daycares for the kids to interact with them. One note, though, is that Sylveon thrive on positive reinforcement. Faye is very sensitive, and harsh commands or raised voices can make her anxious. Instead, gentle guidance and rewards go a long way. She is the type of Pokemon who responds best to kindness, and she will reward you with loyalty and affection in return. As for care, Sylveon, like Faye, don't need much special treatment beyond the basics. A light brushing once a week is all she needs to keep her coat smooth and shiny, and a few comfy spots around the house where she can nap or watch the window. She loves being around people, so if you are home often or like the idea of bringing her along on walks, she will be thrilled. One last thing is that because she is a very social Pokemon, she does need to be in a home where there is always at least one other person or one other Pokemon around. So if you are someone who lives alone, it would be best to adopt another Pokemon alongside Faye if you want to have her as your choice, because she just needs other people or Pokemon to constantly socialize with, because Sylveon do get very lonely very quickly, and it makes them anxious to not be around other people or Pokemon. So that is a big thing to consider. But if you are looking for a Pokemon that is loyal, affectionate, and great with pretty much everyone, Faye is the perfect match. She'll fill your days with love and warmth and become an instant part of the family. That is our last Pokemon to talk about. She will be waiting for you if you decide to choose her, and she will be in her kennel. Alrighty, so what are we thinking? We explored Eevee, we explored Flareon, Vaporeon, Jolteon, alongside Glaceon, Leafeon, and Sylveon, Espeon, Umbreon. That was everyone. So who are you thinking about taking home? And of course you do have the choice to bring home more than one. I thought I really thought that you guys had a strong connection as soon as you met each other, so I do think that that's definitely the right choice. I'm so happy for you and your brand new companion. Well, let me get you written down. Let me get my pen. Could you go ahead and give me your name one more time, because I don't think I caught it in the beginning. Alrighty. And last name? Alrighty. And then what is your current address, so we can have it written down in your new Pokemon's records? Gotcha. Lovely. What's a good phone number for you and email? Okay, so. And at. Okay. And then one more thing. We do need some extra information on you just to make sure that this will be a perfect fit. Have you taken care of a Pokemon before, and do you have any currently? Got you. And then we do have some pet store recommendations when it comes to food, anything like that, just to make sure that your evolution is being taken care of properly, so I can write down those recommendations for you. There's a store here in Jubilife that is wonderful. We work very closely with them. Very affordable as well. We're not going to recommend you anything too expensive. Alrighty. Let me go ahead and get the documents for you so you can go ahead and sign them. So you'll just need to read over this. It's really just detailing that you are ensuring that the Pokemon that you are taking home today is going to be taken care of, loved, cared for, fed. These aren't the usual kind of pet shelter documents that you'll see, but here at Jubilife Pokemon Shelter, we do care a lot about where our Pokemon go and making sure that they are well loved and taken care of. So if you could just read that. And when you're ready, anytime you're ready, take your time. You can sign. You can use my pen right here. Read through that. And while you are reading through those documents and signing those papers, I will go grab your friend from the kennel. I'll also grab any toys that they have already attached themselves to so that they don't feel too rough during this transitional period. But I'm sure that within even a couple of days, you guys are already going to have the strongest connection with each other. And it really is a lifetime promise that both of you guys are making to each other. It's going to be amazing. You're going to get a lot of love, and you're going to give a lot of care. Giving love, receiving love, it's going to be fantastic. Go ahead and read those documents. I'll leave you to it. I'll get your friend. And after that is done, that'll be all. Alrighty? I'll see you in just a couple moments, okay?